Hello, hello. Hey. Beautiful sunshine out here in nature. Mm. I just had a skate around, and I thought I'd stop by to maybe shoot a video. Why not? Because after quite a few miles of skateboarding around, you get creative. You get like that flow, if you know what I mean. Yeah, I've been just admiring the nature. I've been just getting the sun in, mm. and I've kept myself healthy. That's some good stuff right there. I'm checking in on my health with you guys. Coconut milk, purified water, pressed coconut, raw cane sugar, cacao. Let's skip the gellan gum and guar gum because they're not too healthy. They're just there for like thickening and stuff. There we got vitamins. They're probably synthetic, but let's skip that as well. And we've got the beautiful gut microbiome, the good one, the good type, the life active cultures. Yeah, it may not be like the healthiest drink, but at the end of the day, I guess it just depends on how alive you feel and how healthy you feel overall. I would say if it's above 80%, you're more than good, because that's way above average. So keep that, keep track on that thing. Check your energy levels, and let's see what we're gonna talk about today. A thing that was on my mind quite a lot lately was addictions, because I'm in a kind of environment where I see a lot of people struggling with different addictions, and not necessarily struggling, but just like embracing them and being just habitually doing them kind of unconsciously. So I would like to shine some light upon that, because I myself, I think we all struggle at some point with addictions. Like, we all get to that point where we get in that kind of comfort zone and we just indulge in something in particular for prolonged periods of time, and we become kind of depressed, if you ask me, kind of sad. At least that's what I felt myself personally. And yeah it just gets worse and worse the more you do it. uh I'd like to, because I will bring both my personal experience as well as like scientific research, as well as neurochemistry, neuroscience, just so you don't necessarily go on trust and say, okay, I'm just gonna trust this guy by word because he's had these experiences. Yeah, so I will share my experience, then I'm gonna tell you the chemistry behind it. So basically, what I did was, I will list you my addictions. So there were smoking, video games, also masturbating. What else? Uh, Sex was never one of my addictions. Impressively, maybe because I was an introvert as well. But even when I was like in relationships, I didn't have a thing for sex. I mean, I didn't really feel fulfilled by it. Uh, I don't want to go any longer on this topic. I could. Should I? Yeah. I just think, like, I don't know. Sex should not be like one of it. It can become something that you indulge in. Um, I mean, looking at how nature made things, it's pretty much, you know, you want to reproduce, you have sex, or you make love, or however you want to call it. And doing it for the pleasure, for the fun of it. I don't know. It just never clicked with me. I can understand why it does the trick for many people, because I used to masturbate a lot. I used to watch porn and all that. But I don't know, sex wasn't a thing and for me personally. But anyway, getting back to the topic. Hope you don't mind me just wandering around with my looks. I'm just watching nature over there, over there, over there, all around me, because I feel inspired, when I have like gaps, and I see how I jump from one thing to another, and I can't really keep on the topic. But yeah, I just like to go into detail a lot. And yeah, when I get to something that maybe it's just okay, let's just keep it on track. So, addictions, yeah, as I said, smoking, masturbation, video games. These were my main ones. There was also food, chocolate, mainly sugar. Never really a fan of like high fat stuff. Maybe junk food at some point, but not for long. Sugar was a big thing for me. Yup. And yeah, I kept indulging in those things. And at one point, when I had like, I would call it like a spiritual awakening, when I've just I don't know, I've just became more conscious of myself, and I started like looking at myself from distance, say, just witnessing myself, my actions, my thoughts, and all that. It kind of happened naturally, to be fair. And yeah, it just happened that I simply denied myself all of this. I just stopped doing everything. I mean, I was working in a warehouse, and that was pretty much all I was doing. And yeah, I kind of had a convenience to just have as much sugar I wanted, play not as much I would want, like play video games. I could play for a few hours every day, and yeah, I could just, I don't know, cover my survival needs and also my kind of chemical needs, like the feel good chemicals, like the dopamine needs, serotonin and all that, but in an artificial way. So at the end of the day, I wouldn't feel fulfilled. The day I was just not necessarily sleeping, but just being in bed mainly, and just seeing the thoughts that came to my mind, I didn't feel fulfilled at all. I don't know, I was questioning my life, questioning the purpose of life, the individual purpose in life and stuff like that. And yeah, it just struck me. I mean, I just said I can no longer find pleasure in these things that I'm doing, especially after I became conscious that there are like artificial stimulants and artificial stuff that people use for distractions. And essentially the moment I gave up everything and I said, I'm not gonna play any video games, I'm not gonna eat any more chocolate, I'm not gonna masturbate anymore, I've realized that at the end of the day, if I deprived myself from all those like little pleasures, I was actually depressed. I was actually very sad. Like I could literally just cry. And that was like a big realization for me, because like I could no longer deny that I was depressed. I was okay. My parents said I may be doing something wrong, whatever, but now I know, like, and now I know that okay, I'm depressed. What do I do? Because I no longer find enjoyment in these things. So what should we do in life to find that kind of enjoyment? I kept asking myself, and living day by day, and just starting to be more like observant and just watching the people doing those pretty much like indulging in those little pleasures. Yeah, I started like questioning life and addictions and all that even more. And I've gotten to a point to where I started like doing my own research as well, getting into science, neuroscience, and kind of understanding the back end, like the behind the scenes kind of thing. Soon to realize that, yep, it's all like the feel-good chemicals, the dopamine, the main thing, yeah, the dopamine, that we all need to produce in order to feel joyful, in order to enjoy life, and not start questioning, why am I here, why is this looking so accidental, and all that. Yeah. And I'll just look at nature because I have a blank. Yeah. Ooh, that tree though. Splendid. That one too. It's interesting. That one is pretty like green, but this one has got only branches. Could it be the species type? I'm just drifting away from the topic. Let's get back to it. So where were we? Yeah. So basically, the biochemistry, the neurochemistry that we all need. We need to produce dopamine in a way or another. There are like, even if you Google it, you're gonna find a few like natural ways to produce dopamine and to feel good. There'll be like working out, so basically being active, maybe listening to music, maybe spending time in nature. That's a very important one, especially now that we've disconnected from nature so much. We kind of like forgiven that we're one with nature, if you think of it. I mean, everything was nature before we've made like pavements and we've asphalted like the soil. We've covered it with different like materials, and yeah, hola. Yeah, so if you want to quit addictions, essentially, you need to find, I mean, it's not all willpower. This I can say from both personal experience, both research. It's not only willpower. You can force yourself, you can deprive yourself, because I've relapsed many times from all of my addictions, from video games, from masturbating, from eating chocolate, eating sugar, smoking as well. I'm currently smoking, but this is my only bad habit, I would say, that I've kind of accepted in a way, because I can't really get all of it from natural ways at the moment. So I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm smoking like 5 cigarettes a day. It's not too bad. I don't feel like it affects my health so much, and also I'm a vegan. I eat healthy. I'm doing yoga. I'm looking for my health, after my health. But yeah, that's one thing that for the moment I'm accepting, because, as I said, and yeah, I'm not looking to have it like forever, but at the moment I kind of feel the need for it, so I can perform a bit better in my life, in a sense. I know it's kind of contradictory, but yeah, I kind of need it. Sorry, excuse me. That was the nicotine just burping up. Just what did you say, man? Yeah. Anyhow, beautiful day out here in nature. Beautiful day. Hope you can hear the birds. Yeah. So essentially, I'm not in the best environment that I would wish to be able to be completely natural and completely addiction free and chemical free, and yeah. But essentially, I've cut down everything else. No more video games, no more masturbation. That's been quite a long time since I've no longer did that dirty stuff. And oh, I kind of got some suntan on my nose. Interesting. Maybe because of the bucket hat covers up my forehead up to this point. Let me just keep my head straight, so it will be like this level. Yeah, so I should have like suntan all the way from here going down. Way to go. I shall never wear this bucket hat again in the sun. I'll just, yeah. So as I was saying, I know I'm jumping from one thing to another. I'm still working on my kind of organization skills and responsibility skills, if that makes sense. I guess this made that. Yeah. Anyway, I'm actually in a period of like reconstructing myself, because I've just 1 month ago I've stopped like playing video games. No more at all since then, and it's been like a dopamine detox, which kind of drove me a bit mad in a sense, because of like the resetting the dopamine levels, and you kind of have like a lot of memory fog when you do that, when you have no more stimulants, like artificial stimulants, and you have to like reconnect with nature and implement good habits, in a sense, natural habits, to get your dopamine straight. So what I would recommend is, I've forgotten to mention art, creation. Just create. If you create anything, if you draw, if you do music, if you pick a few branches and knot them together, and I don't know, just you can just get out there somewhere in a forest, in nature, in a park, and just get a few blades of grass and just rub them together, or I don't know, anything. Just be creative. When you're in a creative state, you're naturally generating dopamine. You're feeling good. The more you do it, of course, like at the beginning is gonna be a bit hard, because your body, your brain is not used to doing that. So you're gonna have to give yourself a few weeks at least. Depends on what frequency you're gonna do it on. But I would say just give yourself time to get your body and your brain to reorganize itself, in order to like start enjoying that thing, which is natural, of course. And yeah, just allow yourself to just find something else, basically, to replace the bad habits, in a sense. And yeah, that should be one of the main important things. And you don't necessarily one important thing as well. Another one will be, take things step by step, take them one at a time. Don't go saying, okay, I'm smoking, because I've done that and I've relapsed many times, and I couldn't like get them right, and I kept like beating myself up because I couldn't do it, because it was too much from once. And just look at life, like life's pretty long. I mean, if you consider, I mean, I don't know, the way I see it, life is long. You've got plenty of time. I mean, God, or the creator of whatever you want to call it, didn't give you 1 day or 1 week to say, okay, you're gonna have to evolve to the point where you become like a yogi or a mystic, or just be like completely clean and pure. And no, he gave you a lifetime. So you have a lifetime to get yourself right, to get yourself on a path and in a point in life where you can just enjoy life, and no longer like start questioning, like, why am I here, what do I need to do, what's my purpose, and stuff like that. Just get yourself out there, start doing things for your health, for your body, for your mind to work in harmony with everything. And once you get yourself on the, like say, in a way that like nature intended us to, I mean, looking at nature, it was created in such a way that it's got kind of, let me just reframe that. It's got its ways, its laws, better say. Nature's got laws to make us live happy and healthy. And if we follow those laws, it's gonna be inevitable. It's just gonna be happening by itself, basically. We just need to follow the laws of nature. So everything that grows from the soil, basically, that's what we should eat. The moment we go to supermarkets or we eat like processed foods, that's when we get into trouble. The moment we get in touch with like chemicals that shouldn't really be ingested, that's when we get into trouble. The moment we spend too much time with like virtual projections, screens, LCDs and stuff like that, we disconnect from nature. We no longer pay attention to a tree, to a bird, to a leaf, to a blade of grass. And then we wonder why we're feeling so sad, why we feel so, depressed, so anxious. And all that there is, we just need to come back to nature. That's all that is. You don't need to move in a cave. You don't need to live in the forest. You can live in society. And maybe just make a habit to be in nature, to put your feet in the ground, barefoot, walk barefoot in the grass, on the soil. Do some research on it. Do some research on grounding, on barefoot walking on the grass. See how nature is made for you to just recharge your whole system and basically the negative ions in your body get like how was it called, kind of sterilized in a sense, but not that way. You better do your own research on that. Just search grounding, but if you want me to put in like a few words, I would say your body is getting positive ions, so you're just like plugging yourself in the soil in a sense, just like you would plug your phone in the charger. So plug yourself in the damn soil. Do that. And yeah, that's one more thing that you can do to you don't have to do it like for hours. Just do it 10 minutes a day and start small. Like start with it's a gradual process. It's progression. It won't happen overnight. Even if you sit like one whole day in a forest and you sleep overnight in the forest, it's not gonna do the trick. You gotta reverse the process. So if you spend like years to watching television, watching Netflix, playing video games, or doing any like unhealthy habits, unhealthy activities, gossiping, anything really, I would call it, to put it in like a bigger picture, just interacting too much with your negative thoughts, yeah. And yeah, when you do that, you just start becoming more and more deteriorated, both mentally and physically, because everything reflects itself in a physical form. So yeah, get yourself straight. I was gonna say something else as well. Yeah, take it step by step. Allow yourself, give yourself time. I mean, you've already been given a lot of time to do whatever you want with this life, so don't take it for granted. I mean, now it is, tomorrow it may be not. Don't be scared of that. It's a natural process. The future is unpredictable, but essentially just use this opportunity, use this gift, use this life as a gift, not as a burden. Don't make it into a burden. And the moment you look at life like, okay, I've been given this experience, I don't know what happened before this life, I don't know what will happen after it, But I'm fine with it. I'm cool with it because I'm here now and I get to experience all that. And isn't it lovely? Like, just look around. I mean, you can experience all that. All of this is for you to experience. It's only your mental activity that it's keeping you stuck. So give yourself a break. Just allow yourself to feel this life and just experiment with nature. Just see how nature intended us to live in harmony, healthy, joyful, peaceful, lovingly human beings amongst so many other species that all have their course, but we have this consciousness which sometimes drives us mad because we don't use it. We just go by the programs, by the habitual kind of mind and genetics and all that. So yeah, how long is it? 26 minutes. That's a ton of information for you. I think I'll just wrap it up here. I think I've covered everything. I think. Sorry, I was just checking to see if there's anything to add, and I've came to the conclusion that, yep, I just want to emphasize a bit more about giving yourself time and doing the thing. Being consistent with it. Consistency is key in anything you want. You want to succeed in anything, be consistent. You gotta like get plenty of experience if you want to succeed in any kind of field, in anything that you do in this life. So be consistent with it. Allow yourself to be consistent and allow yourself time to get to feel the benefits of something, because as I said, it's a reversal process. So you gotta reverse. I mean, as I was saying, if you spend like years to doing some negative something that's not beneficial for you, something that was not serving you, if you spend like years, you're gonna have to detox from that. So it's gonna take a few months probably. It depends on how consistent you do it, how long you do, how much you do it, like in this period of time. So it all depends. It's not like a fixed term. You just gotta detox yourself, detox your mind, detox your body if possible. Try if you want, like, my takeaway from my detox period, when I realized in the shithole that I was in and what I did and what kind of diet I went for and what kind of teas I started making, because I drank a lot of tea and I was adding, and I still am adding a lot of antioxidant ingredients, a lot of like natural herbs, plants, seeds like coriander seeds, cumin seeds to my teas, fennel seeds. These are incredible. I could list a few more just for reference, but if you want me to make like a huge whole video about tea and detox ingestibles, I will do it to get the whole recipe for you, and possibly so you get some like notes on when you should consume it, like when in the day, how long after eating and stuff like that. If you want me to make a whole video with all details, let me know. I'd be extremely happy to do that on another sunny, beautiful day, sure, out here in nature or out there in nature, somewhere in nature for sure, because that's the best place to be if you want to get creative, if you want to find inspiration, if you want to breathe in and not feel all the chemicals and toxins and all the polluted air, oxygen. Get in the fresh stuff. This video might have been like all over the place a bit. I kind of jumped from one thing to another. I won't say that that's me and That's all that is. uh, I'm looking to improve that in a sense, so it's not always gonna be like that, hopefully. Yep. What else can I say to you guys? I mean, 30 minutes. I think that's enough. I mean, it's never enough, you know. But yeah, I'll just wrap it here. And being my first video, and my first ever video, where I was like, say, confident enough and determined enough to do this thing and speak up. Yeah, I would appreciate some feedback for sure. I would appreciate you coming with ideas. What would you like to hear about? What would you like our next video to be? And just pop suggestions up. Yeah, my accent is not, I mean, my English is not the best. I'm not English by nature. If you are curious to know my nationality, just ask. I'm an open book, so yeah, you can ask me whatever, really. You can feel free to, I don't know, to use the platform, to use YouTube in any sense. I'm pretty sure that you know how to use it. If you appreciate something, you like. If you want to hear more, you subscribe. If you don't appreciate something, you can not unlike. If you like, leave the like on. You don't unlike a video. You can dislike if you want though, but don't ever unlike a video. Nah, just feel free. That's my motto in life. So feel free to do whatever. I'm open to anything. And without making this any longer, yeah, just breathe. Take it easy, guys. Peace and harmony towards your souls. And I wish that I've given you some insight, some inspiration, something to think about. It's always good to question things, because that means you're not like stagnating in some. I'm doing it longer again, but it's all good. Ideas come up, you know. If I would take myself out of nature, I would probably wrap this video right now. I would blame it on nature. So, nature. You inspiring thing, nature. Yeah. To wrap this up, here's some stinging nettle for you guys. Enjoy.